Hi everybody and welcome back, or welcome if you were new. In today's video I'm going to be doing a budget budget setup for June 2025. It's been a moment since I've done this and I'm really going to be quiet throughout this whole process because I am having a massive flare-up of my TMJ or TMD on the right side of my jaw, to the point where I have to have, it's not a night guard, I already have a night guard, but I had to go to the dentist and they gave me a splint that I wear on the front, my front teeth, because they think that my night guard might be misaligned, but I'm having a lot of muscle problems along with the actual joint problems on the right side. My normal problems are on the left side, so the right ones are like massive, painful. It's horrible. I've gone to the chiropractor. She's adjusted my jaw. It keeps going out of place. It just doesn't feel like I'm able to open my mouth very much. So it's not locked, but it's not working properly. So to save my muscles in the jaw and all of that, I'm gonna kind of not talk as much. But just so you guys know what's going on, this is a kit that I created for myself, and I just went with sunflowers for June, just because I liked them. And my budget is for a single income home, single individual with 7 cats. 7 that live around the house full time, as one is walking through right here. This is Jack. He always makes his presence known during these videos. But we have some more that live outside that come by every once in a while and all of that. So I am gonna put some music on, and I have a cup of coffee and also a little bit left of a liquid IV. Trying to stay a little hydrated, although the coffee is not hydration. It actually takes the water out of you. But I'm feeling like a little bit of coffee right now. But I'm hoping to feel better, but it is just really painful, and having to take muscle relaxers and a lot of ibuprofen for the jaw at the moment. So I'm trying to heal. It's let's see, it started last Sunday. It is now Saturday. So it's been a whole week, but I went to the chiropractor on Wednesday. My jaw was completely out of place, and then woke up Thursday in a lot of pain, called the dentist, got in. That's when they gave me the splint. And then I went to the chiropractor again yesterday, and I'm trying to hold out on going back to the chiropractor until my next appointment on Thursday. And then I have a follow-up with the dentist on Wednesday. So hopefully by then things will have calmed down. But they only said to wear the splint at nighttime, but I'm actually gonna put it on here in a moment and just kind of help with everything on that. So trying to keep my muscles relaxed and everything in my face. So hope you enjoy this video. Like I said, it's going to be very quiet and all of that. And I don't have everything for this month set up. I haven't received any of my interest payments or any of that, but I've just gone ahead and closed out my books for May, so that way we can start with June. I'm going to go ahead and put some music on and go through this. Okay, going through all of this, I've kind of changed it up a little bit in previous setups that I've done. So this is still going to be the same that it has been, like it has been for umpteen million times that I've been doing this. So I'll be putting my trackers down here and all of that, but I do want to keep track of like the miscellaneous income that is coming in, and by that I am meaning any of the sinking fund transfers or interest or you know, random cash coming in and all of that, because I am keeping it kind of track right here where it's like some of these miscellaneous incomes that came in, business income, there was an election, I was an election worker, interest on my emergency fund, but I just want to kind of also have it written down here because sometimes I forget how much and where it's coming from, and I'd like to know where it's coming from somewhere. So that's where I'm going to put it here. And I did change around this. Before I would have the weekly check-in right here, but this time I went ahead and did business budget right here. Probably nothing is going to change with this. I so far am barely making any income. The only thing I got last month were rebates on things that I bought and stuff like that. So got that as business income. And hopefully one of these will start catching on and all of that. But I am working on that. And then this is a transaction log for business expenses and stuff like that, just to keep track of them, especially for the ones that fall in right here. So, okay. Then I put my personal budget right here. So I do have a regular Monday through Friday job that gives me 2 paychecks a month. I get paid twice a month. So paycheck 1 and paycheck 2, and I estimate lower than what I'm actually getting because I really would like to stay within my means and everything. So I always just keep it under, and then any of the extra can go towards debt. So last month I was able to actually put $2,000 extra on top of my forced minimum payments that I make. These are not the actual minimums. I raise it up a little bit more to cover the interest and some other things like that in that payment. So I'm very grateful that I was able to put $2,000 away and put it towards debt. But I also spent a lot of money on those credit cards, so you didn't see much of a lowering of my overall debt. Then I have the additional and anything that I'm transferring over into sinking funds to cover some of this stuff. I'm not sure how much I'll have like that, but I do know that I have a friend's party. She's retiring, so I will be donating some money for that. And then I'm trying to think what else. My auto insurance is not due till July. Oh, I am going to see a concert this month, and I'm gonna have to pay for a hotel and food, and that's gonna come out of my vacation. And I may have to be pulling some out of medical for my dental and all of that type of stuff, and also possibly may have to be pulling stuff out of summer bills as well. So I have the sinking funds there. And then this is the interest of all the savings accounts that I have. So I only have 2 now, and that's my emergency fund one, and then my other one that's like the emergency fund to the emergency fund plus all of my sinking funds. So, which is in a separate bank than my checking account. So that way it's kind of separated, and I have a little bit of where I have to, wait a couple days for stuff to get transferred. Then we have my regular variable expenses. I did add on Hulu/Disney, and it's actually cheaper to do Hulu than it was with Disney. Go figure. But now I have both of them with that bundle. And that was mainly because I watch a lot of Korean dramas, and I wanted to watch Dr. Romantic 3. I've been waiting for it to go to another platform, but it was not. So I was like, okay, let's just pay the $11.90 to watch it, and I just finished it a few minutes before coming in here to start working on all of this. That's pretty much everything that is staying the same and all of that. We have my weekly check-in. Nothing is changing here either, however you want to say it. There are 5 weeks, so I'm doing the 5-week weekly check-in plus the total for the end of the month, so that way it helps me fill in the numbers over here for these categories. Okay, next we have my debt tracker, and we have credit card 1, which is paid off. Credit card 2, which still has $4,862.58. I am working to pay that off, but I keep adding stuff to it, unfortunately. Business credit card 2, I was able to actually pay $1,000 extra to that, so we did see a drop in that by $1,000. So we're now down to $1,303.51. Minimum payment for that. Here are the actual minimum payments for these, not my forced minimum payments. Home security loan, I have, that's for the equipment for the home security system. I still have $435.75 left. I'm not worried about paying that one off fast because it is 0%. I'd rather pay both of these credit cards off first before moving on to the home security loan. That's why I didn't put any money towards it last month. Then going into savings, I did get rid of my money market, like I said, and all of the savings accounts that I had for sinking funds. So those have all been combined into what was in my high yield savings account. So that is a much larger number, which I actually get more interest off of that by doing this. So we'll see tomorrow maybe if I have how much the interest was. That will get added into that for this month. But that also includes sinking funds, which $8,601.79 of that $18,000 is actually sinking funds. Then I just kind of keep track of my 401k and these funds. I just call them funds basically, but they're for retirement, and that's based on the stock market. And my 401k, I do actually have money going into it every month because of my employer and my own contributions to my 401k. Then here is a breakdown of the sinking funds: business, auto, entertainment, gifts, house, medical, subscriptions, summer bills, taxes, trash, vacation, and vet. For those of you that have seen my videos, you know why I have a summer bills sinking fund, but basically I live in Houston. In the summer it is much hotter, so my electric bill does go up quite a bit compared to when in the winter time. So in the winter I have a gas furnace, so my gas bill at the most has been like $60, I think, and electric during that time is around $40 or $50 or something like that. So last month my electric bill for basically April was $161. We're now in May. I forget how much it is going to be. I haven't even looked what it's going to be like for this month when I'm paying, but basically what I'm paying for is what electricity I used in May. So we are having some hotter days out there. We're in the 90s, and so it's slowly creeping up, and electricity is expensive here. So that's why I have a summer bills basically, so that way in the winter time I can squirrel away money based off of what I have budgeted for, and basically take my budgeted minus my actual, and if I have a positive number remaining, that gets transferred into the summer bills. Okay, battery died. Okay, where was I? So in the summertime on my bills, when I have the budgeted minus the actual and I have a negative number, I will then come into the summer bills and transfer over whatever it is for that month. So that way I am not kind of like what's the word, surprised by a $200 electric bill. I actually have the money squirreled away to save up for it, or to pay for it and everything. I've been doing that since I lived paycheck to paycheck, because I ran into the problem that I use up all the extra money during the winter time, and then when the summer hit, I was like, oh no, I have to actually stop doing something, or stop eating a well-balanced meal or something like that to be able to cover the electric bill basically. So I started actually putting money aside for that, and have been able to maintain that going forward, and just thankful that I thought of that at one point. So this transaction log over here is for the sinking funds. I keep it separated because that way at the end of the month, I can come through on the categories and kind of put down the number and everything over here to figure out how much I need to take out of each category over here. So that's why it's only kind of partial, because I'll kind of write down notes saying like totals once I figure everything out. Again, I believe I will be taking stuff out for gifts and summer bills. No, possibly summer bills. And I know vacation, because I need to pay for my hotel and everything. And then gas to get to where I'm going and all of that type of stuff, and possibly subscriptions, because I do still have my Amazon Prime on a monthly basis. So I'm pulling it out of that, because last year in subscriptions, I was putting money aside for Amazon Prime for the yearly subscription, and I keep holding on to it. Don't judge me on that. I keep holding on to it. I just don't, I can't seem to say no on it. But moving on, these 2 pages are the transaction log to basically keep just like a register of the transactions for me to do my stickers over here. So for example, this is one example where it's like the date, what type of category it is, so I know what color code to put it when I'm doing the stickers and everything. So that is the month, and I do have 2 more transaction logs in case I just kind of go crazy in June and have to go over into more pages. I hope I don't have that many transaction logs. Fingers crossed I don't, because I don't want to, I'm trying to pay off debt. I'm trying. But we are finished with this. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I apologize that I didn't talk through it all. I just need to let my mouth kind of heal and jaw heal and all of that. So I will check back in with you guys. I kind of, for the month of May, just kind of like went AWOL, I guess, in a way, and just took a break, just because things have been going on and everything. I've been trying to recover from being sick in April with my sinus infection. And then things have been a little crazy at work, as I have one employee that's retiring, so we've been interviewing for her backfill, basically her replacement. And the replacement is currently on my team, so the person is going to be going in to fill that space. So now I have to I have found an employee. We're doing like an internal thing. Found someone to backfill the backfill. So it's like, I know it's confusing, but the person retiring has someone going to be taking over her position. And then that person that's filling in the retiree's position was in my team. And so we've hired within our company, gonna be, hopefully if she accepts the offer, will be transferring over into our department. And so there's going to be a lot of training going on and everything like that. So it's been a little crazy bit of a month and everything. And the house is a complete mess and everything still. So I just haven't wanted to clean or do anything like that. But I did, when you see this video, I have actually posted a cleaning video again, and it is, I haven't edited the video at this point when you're watching this, like during this voiceover. I haven't edited the video yet, but I believe the majority of it is me deep cleaning my kitchen and trying to start up on my zone cleaning plan, since we are going into June and starting over with a new, well, it's not really a new quarter, is it? January, February, March, April, May, June. No, it's not really a new quarter. I thought it was a new quarter. No, that's not until July. But it's never too early to start and get started on cleaning out my garage. Or not cleaning, doing my zone cleaning. I'm sorry, my words are, my mouth hurts. So I hope that you guys enjoy this video. I will check back with you guys next time, and I hope to be doing my weekly check-ins because I really need to be sticking to my budget and everything. And I've kind of, like I said, been a little AWOL, and that also means being a little AWOL from doing my own budgets. As you can tell, there's not as many no spend stickers as there have been in previous months when I was doing very well with not spending as much. So need to get back on track. Yes, so I hope everybody has a wonderful weekend whenever you are watching this, and I will see you guys next time. Make sure to subscribe, hit the notification bell so that way you are notified when I do post my videos, and also like this if you enjoyed it. Thank you everybody, and have a wonderful day. Bye everybody.